think you hit the nail on the head there, and a lot of people don't do that first. I think before you do go through the stages of building this network, you're right, you need to ask, well, why am I doing this? We're not building things just for the sake of, getting rankings and getting a particular keyword. You really do need to be clear on the reason you're doing it. So be it a commercial outcome or for whatever reason, just putting up these pages with no back end or no idea of monetization or anything like that, what's the point? There is no point. So that's something that we do talk about, but I suppose don't necessarily give it enough lip service, that you really do need to have that clear focus before you start.
Yeah, and that way you can put a milestone in place that says, okay, I'm prepared to do X amount of work to get a certain amount of ranking, to get a certain amount of traffic. I'll then judge my outcome based on the traffic that I'm receiving and make a decision about whether I want to do the extensive continuous work that I need to do to increase my rankings and sustain my rankings over the longer term. I'm all about having a strategy that works and then scaling that strategy to create the outcome that I desire. But it's at the point when I decide to scale, because scaling requires time and money. You can do a little bit to get some result, but to get a lot result, you've got to do a lot more work, and it's getting to the point where you can justify that work. I mean, even if you're outsourcing it to somebody else, all you're doing is actually converting time to money. So yeah, have a strategy that works. Have a series of clear milestones that you need to meet in order to continue the implementation of that strategy. And then once you decide, this is the niche I want to go for, the traffic that I'm getting early looks like they're giving me the outcome that I desire, and now you decide to go into scaling mode. Now, once you're fully into scaling mode, there's two aspects to that. There's the off-page aspect of that, i.e. link building, and then there's the on-page aspect. Because once you've decided your niche is valuable, when you were doing your initial testing in that niche, you're probably only targeting a handful of keywords. And those keywords will probably be, if you followed a reasonable sort of filtering strategy, they'll be your highest traffic keywords relative to their competition. But once you decide to go deep, to go seriously into a niche, you're going to want to actually have a representation on your site or sites across a very wide range of keywords to try and attract as much potential traffic within that niche as you can. So when you decide to scale up and go deep in a niche, you're going to be publishing across a wide range of keywords that have traffic within that niche, and then doing the concomitant off-page link building work to actually get ranking for those keywords.
With that as well, I'm interested to get your thoughts, because, okay, so now we're starting to look at scaling it. Yes, this is a viable niche. We're looking at going after this. I'm curious to what your comments on as far as, like, I suppose the ethical point of view, as far as what we're doing. This is one thing I really love about what you guys do over at the 30-Day Challenge. You're all about pushing good value products that, you're adding value to the user. That's why you're not just scraping content and then dropping it onto these Web 2.0 and effectively spamming the search engines. What are your thoughts on where SEO fits, as far as, are we gaming the search engines by doing this, or how do you sort of see what it is SEO is?
Look, search engine my definition for search engine optimization is optimizing your website to increase the search engine ranking position of that website in the search engines for keywords that you believe that website to be relevant for. Now, Google sets certain terms and conditions about what we can do on our websites in order for our websites to survive and prosper within their search engines. And they themselves provide recommendations what is good practice and what is bad practice. So in effect, by doing that, you create a whole concept of search engine optimization. Google have done that. So if we use those suggestions to improve the potential for our site to rank, then I think that to be a perfectly sensible and good practice. Now, where we differentiate, though, as marketers and Google, is that Google doesn't really care about the concept of time. Google is quite happy for you to take a year to get a decent ranking for your website for whatever keyword you're targeting, because they only care about relevance and authority. And however long it takes you to acquire that, they don't care. But as marketers, we're interested in time is important to us because time equals money. So we're always looking to shortcut the process of getting ranking and acquiring authority. And it's how you actually push the boundaries of those two, those two different positions that where you might run into trouble.